Hey, friend. Welcome to another 7-ish minute segment of Hope in the Hard, our quiet midweek pause where we get to breathe, slow down, and be thankful that we're not walking this road alone. If you're lucky enough to do life with other moms, then I'm sure you've probably noticed that there is a pattern in us. I'm not sure where it came from. Maybe it's something that was learned from watching our own mothers, or maybe it was from the Pinterest moms of the world making us all look bad. But we are doers. We are fixers, problem solvers, accomplishment seekers. We like boxes checked. How many of us can't turn in for the night unless the kitchen's clean? How many of us wake up at 2 a.m. with the crazed thought of something we have to remember to take care of tomorrow? A need that needs to be met, a person we need to check in on, a debt that needs to be paid. But the problem is the list is growing faster than we can check things off. The feelings of accomplishment or satisfaction running away from us at the pace of an Olympic sprinter. The other day, I was on the phone with a friend of mine. And in the course of a 10 to 15 minute conversation that she made time for on her way to work, mind you, she went through a list of things that she was feeling stressed out about, looking for a way to sort through it all. Her daughter's upcoming job interview, her son's reaction to some upsetting news the night before, her youngest having to quit a sport because of the cost combined with the toll it was taking on her schoolwork. And as I sat listening and carrying it all with her for just a few minutes, I couldn't help but think, when's the next time she'll be able to stop and put this all down? It won't be while she's at work trying to make a good impression for a new client. It won't be on the way home when she's deciding what to make for dinner. It won't be after dinner when her youngest wants an impromptu trip to Target to practice her driving, or when her son needs a ride home. And it won't be when the house starts to grow quiet, but the kitchen still needs to be cleaned. And suddenly, I felt tired. Tired for her, for me, for every other mom out there having to hustle to put out fires while trying to stay 2 steps ahead of the ones beginning to smolder. I know that I should trust in the fact that God doesn't make mistakes, but sometimes I question if there isn't a design flaw in the creation of mamas. We tend to be like an accelerator, stuck to the floor, and we keep pushing as those RPMs rev higher and higher, working ourselves to the point of overheating. Not a bad analogy, I'll admit, for someone who knows very little about cars. I think the thing that makes it so hard for us to slow down is that we struggle to stop until everything feels finished. But finished is an illusion. It simply doesn't exist. And the chase after it leads us straight to exhaustion, renders us to a state of doneness. That's a phrase I've said and heard many times by my mom friends. I'm done. Done. And underneath it all, it means the tank is empty. I can't. I've put my needs last continually, and there is simply no water in this well to draw from. But I think that there is something to learn here. Rest should not be the thing we choose for ourselves only when our engine is overheated on the side of the road, or only when every last drop of our well has been depleted. Rest is life-giving. It's the very thing we need to help ensure that we can move forward for our employer, for our kids, for our home. Front-loading rest into our days is what gives us the energy to listen in the car when our child miraculously decides to open up about something hard. Rest is the thing that provides the patience we need, not to just sit in the car for the driving lessons with our teen, but the space to recognize that this time with them is brief. And those moments of watching them tackle something new and master it are a gift. And rest allows us to hold space for our girlfriends when they're struggling with their own heart, and to be a person of compassion for them. Rest is a gift. Maybe this week we can ask ourselves, what would it look like for me to find time to rest every day without guilt? Did she just say every day? Indeed, I did. A chance to cool down the engine, a chance to pour water back into the well. Not because everything is finished and tied up with a pretty bow, but because our souls need space to breathe and fill up again, so we can keep showing up in love in the way we so desperately want to. And here's the thing. Rest isn't scrolling our phones or binging Netflix. That might help us decompress, but it doesn't help us recover. It's more like zoning out than being restored. The kind of rest Jesus talks about, the kind found in Matthew 11, is different. It's not about checking out, it's about checking in. It's pausing long enough to say, Lord, I'm tired and I don't want to carry this on my own. It's letting Him sit with you in the middle of the mess, lifting the weight off your shoulders and reminding you that you don't have to be everything for everyone all the time. That's real rest. Not an escape, but a returning. A place where your soul exhales, your heart softens, and you remember that you're not doing this alone. Because the one who invites you to rest is the same one who walks beside you in the chaos, who steadies your breathing when the world feels too loud, and who whispers that your worth isn't measured by how much you get done, but by the simple sacred truth that you are His. Rest isn't something we earn, it's something we receive. A gift from the one who knows how weary we've been and who's been carrying us all along.